I'm sure somebody somewhere knows some sort of cure.
So the next day he sent forth a royal request to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west.
If anyone knows how to make the prince rest, please come at once to the royal address.
The first to arrive was a bearded physician who promised his medicine would cure his condition. The prince closed his lips as tight as could be.
It's good,
said his mother.
Just taste it and see.
But the prince shook his head and pulled up the cover. The doctor said,
Watch, I'll give it to your mother.
The queen took a spoonful. She said sweetly.
Delicious.
She yawned and was instantly sleepy. The courtiers then followed their queen's fine example. They each took one sip, and that one sip was ample.
It's so sweet.
Then quick as a wink, they fell asleep. Except for the prince, who heard them all snoring and said with disgust.
I'm perfectly bored.
The next night, 5 dancers arrived with musicians.
We'll dance till he's tired. Come take your position.
The signal was given. The dancers began. Some say they danced, but really they ran. Around in a circle, first left and then right. They whirled and they twirled well into the night. They danced through the castle till 4:15, when the king cried,
Enough! My feet are too sore!
Then all of them groaned and collapsed on the floor, except for the prince who begged.
Let's dance some more.
The next to arrive at the old castle gate was a mustached magician in a high hat and cape.
You were great.
She announced.
With your kind of permission, you might not expect to cure.
Proceed.
The king yawned.
Do what you can.
I'll start with some tricks.
The magician began. With a wave of her hand and a whisper of words, she brought forth from nowhere a flurry of birds. A bouquet of roses, a rabbit, of course, and last but not least, she brought forth a horse.
A horse in the castle.
The queen screamed.
No more.
Guards!
Called the king.
Show him the door!
Oh, why?
The prince cried.
Didn't I have a right?
The next night at bedtime, the prince got a present. A feathered down quilt stuffed with feathers of pheasant.
Sire,
Said the peasant who brought him the present.
Prince will not sleep in a bed that's pleasant. Try this, little boy. It's a softest nest. You'll drift off to dreamer. You'll love it, I know.
The prince was so happy he jumped in head first. He jumped in so hard that the feather quilt burst.
Achoo!
Wheezed the king.
Achoo!
Sneezed the queen. It took them all morning to get the place clean. But the prince was so tickled, he giggled all night. He laughed and laughed at the ludicrous sight. Night after night, they tried to amuse him. Night after night, there was endless confusion. Jugglers tried juggling. Jesters made gestures. Learned professors made countless conjectures.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Nurse sang a lullaby. Cook baked the cake. But alas, the small prince still stayed wide awake. Then one windy night, it was long after 8, an old woman came to the great palace gate.
Your Majesty, speak.
She curtsied quite low.
I'll put him to sleep if you just stop to tell. What do? Do you dance? Can you sing?
What's in the bag? What did you bring?
Of course I can dance and I do love to sing. But for bedtime,
She said.
I've very best thing.
Reaching into her basket, she pulled out a book and said to the prince.
I'll read while you look. Who were the pictures?
He asked in surprise.
You'll see them
She said.
if you just close your eyes.
So that's what he did. He shut his eyes tight, and soon after that, fell asleep for the night.